What's good, young royals? This is Lawn Supreme of Regal Landscaping Group and Property Preservation with another quick lawn lesson by Lawn Supreme. We out here in Norris Lake, Gwinnett County, GA, Metropolitan ATL, and we just gotta clean up this fallen limb, small tree situation. So we're gonna chop it up with the chainsaw, and we're gonna pick these piles up and throw them on the back of the truck and dump them. We got some more up here, up the hill. What a beautiful day here in paradise out on the lake. Beautiful, beautiful day. It's gonna be 76 degrees. What's today, February the 4th? Ain't that something? So we're gonna chop this up with a chainsaw. In small pieces or manageable pieces and pile them up on the truck. All right, so the approach is going to be, as I said, chop these limbs up into small manageable pieces, throw it on a tarp, pull it back this way at this angle, and throw it on the back of the truck, load it up nice and neat. So with your chainsaw, we got your mix, your bar and chain oil, and your chainsaw. I got a Husqvarna tarp, and you definitely want to invest in a good pair of loppers instead of using a chainsaw. In some situations, you can just cut it with the loppers. You definitely need gloves and your mask. And when you're using a chainsaw, you need to have control and command over it. Firm grip, 2 hands. Always be aware of kickback. Always be anticipating, but be in control. Keep your face away from the saw. Make sure your body is in a proper stance and strong position. Firm. So here's where you put your oil, bar and chain oil. Keeps your chain lubricated. Don't want it to get hot, overheat. It'll cause your chain to seize up. And that's where you put your gas in, your 2-cycle. All right, with your chainsaw, when you put your oil in, you usually when you get low on gas, you want to always check your oil. That's a rule of thumb. Now to get started, you prime it. You hit the bulb about 6 times. Make sure the choke is in the up position. And then you pull the rope. Put your foot right here, pull the rope. With my saw, when you hear it, when you pull it in the choke position, once you hear it want to start or crank, you then flip it down, pull again, and it should be ready to rock. And you want to have that pulled forward, the safety. Because when in operation, you're going to have it pulled back towards the handle. So to turn it, before you get started, you need to have it pulled all the way forward. So the proper technique, like I said, you want to have a firm stance. Basically your legs and shoulders square. Or you can have one foot to plant in front, however you feel comfortable, but make sure you're square. And approach, the technique is to start off with basically the part of the saw, the back end of the saw, not the tip, the front, but more the back end. You start with your cut there, very firmly. Make sure you got your chainsaw already running, pulling the trigger, and start your cut. That's the approach, that's the technique. That simple. And like I say, always be aware of safety, be aware of kickback, any anticipation of if the limb is off balance. If you cut it, it can pop up, or it can come towards you, or something can fall on you. Always think it through with your approach. Safety first. Think of your safety first. What could happen to me if I do this? You do a quick assessment and rock and roll. Have command, have control over the machine. Don't let the machine control you. Let the machine do the work. Another thing, if you cut close to the ground, try to avoid your saw blades hitting inside the dirt or concrete or ground, whatever you cut against. But then we got that knocked out this section. Now we got to cut the back end of it, and then we're gonna move down to the side of the driveway. As I'm saying, you want to let the chain do the work. So you create your groove, and let the chain, you apply a little pressure, but don't exert yourself, and let the chain do the work. That simple. Let the chain do the work. Let the chainsaw do the work. You guiding it, holding it firm, steady, applying a small amount of pressure. Sometimes you might have to rock it, but you letting the saw and chain ride the groove. And then it'll just, as long as you got a sharp blade, make sure your blades are sharp, your saw is sharp. It makes the work easy. Sharp tools are friendly tools. It helps everything be precise, and it saves you a lot of time and effort. You hate to use something dull. Dull makes you work hard, make it not want to do the work.